So in these three cases are three incredibly significant guitars in the world of guitar nerdery. So if you're a guitar nerd, this video is for you. This is one I've wanted to make for a very, very long time. The guitars that were ahead of their time. Now these are three of Gibson's biggest flops. Now before we get into the rest of that though, I do have to say this video is sponsored by Sweetwater. They were kind enough to loan me this Flying V because I didn't own one, and I'm like, I really want to make this video. So huge shout out and thank you to Sweetwater. And on top of all of that, if you haven't heard yet, we are actually going to give this guitar away. I'll link that down below. I'll link specs for my rig and everything that I'm using here today, as well as the Epiphone counterparts of all of these Gibsons, because they don't actually make the Firebird that I'm going to be playing anymore, or at least at this moment they don't make. That's all going to be linked down below. Thank you so much, Sweetwater. So let's get into the video. Now let's go back to the year 1958. Now by this point we had quite a few different electric solid body guitars. Of course the Telecaster, got this Stratocaster, came out in '54, and then Fender comes out with this, the Jazzmaster in 1958. Totally different, funky, offset, and Gibson was falling behind a little bit. So they released two very significant guitars in '58. That did not do very well. One of them, of course, being the Flying V right here, and the next one being the Explorer. Now I'm going to compare all of these with another one that came out a little bit later, just so we can hear them all side by side, and I'm curious which one you guys prefer. Now fast forward a little bit, because Gibson was trying something new again in 1963. Gibson releases the Firebird, which, I mean, if you look at it, it's very similar to a Jazzmaster. Even, I mean, it's got the headstock 6-in-line tuners. And initially it kind of came out strong a little bit and then died off again. So we are going to hear the three kind of outcast Gibsons that were just not received initially, but are now some of the most valuable and sought after guitars ever. And I know I don't have originals, but I just thought it would be fun. We're gonna play it through a real amp, a Marshall Origin here, into the two notes, and get a little reverb on there, and let's compare them, and I'm curious to see which one is your favorite, and do you think that they all sound distinctly different? Because they all have different pickups, all constructed differently, and yo, let's get to it. All right, so I'm curious, what did you think? Which one was your favorite? Which was your least favorite? Did you think they all just sounded the same? I tried to keep the gain kind of like low-ish because I feel like mid-gain, I don't know, I don't want to play clean. A little bit of distortion in there. So again, thank you to Sweetwater for sponsoring the video. Please check all the links to the rig that I used. Let me know which one was your favorite. I don't know, man. I love my Explorer so much. Probably most unique sounding. I mean, the Firebird really does have its own sound. They all sounded different to me. So, you know what? There's an excuse for you to buy each one of them. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day. And I'm gonna end it bluesy, unplugged, Explorer style. Out of a whole different key, because that's what we do here.